Summer holidays are right around the corner, and we want to help you out with your planning and funding by talking about some of the hot spots to visit this summer and how you can get there. Selene, this summer season, what are some of the hot spots to go to?
Cape Town's been named one of the third top destinations by Lonely Planet for 2014, and as we know, it's one of our local favorites, so that's always a big winner. But for people who are wanting to, not necessarily have to deal with all the cons that come along with that, such as the crowds and the busy beaches, they can look at alternatives, especially if you're looking at a coastal holiday. We've had 41 beaches get blue flag status, 8 of them in the Eastern Cape, 6 along KwaZulu-Natal. The garden route is always a fantastic escape, and it provides, besides like Plettenberg and the more popular Neisner, they've got sort of like the hidden gems, or the hidden parts, which is Kiraboom's Whiskey Trail. It's a paddling trail. You can get unplugged and truly escape from all the busyness. So yeah, those are some of the recommendations we have. The Cape Country Meander is also another option. Yeah, if in the event you in Cape Town and want to get in and around to some of the other tourist attractions.
So Rahul, can you tell us what are some of the hot destinations outside of South Africa to travel to this summer?
Well, being new to South Africa, I've only been in the country for 3 months now in South Africa. So I've seen a fair amount of the rest of the world. But in terms of traveling outside of Southern Africa, I've heard lots of good things. I haven't been to many of these places, but Maputo seems to be a pretty hip and happening destination. Seems to be a lot going on. Apparently, it's got one of the longest coastlines, I think, in the whole world in terms of, kind of unbroken coastline. There's obviously Mauritius. Mauritius seems to always be on people's kind of bucket list and aspirational destination to get to. Windhoek, Namibia, Botswana. There's some fantastic places outside of just outside of South Africa, I would say, which I'm personally really looking forward to actually visiting myself to see a lot more of Southern Africa. And then, further afield, well, closer to where I'm from, I guess, going back to the UK, there's obviously, I think London and Europe is a particularly nice place during Christmas time. I'm always used to having Christmas in the cold, and I think it's, with Father Christmas, all the Christmas markets, I think those places are pretty spectacular during the Christmas period.
Those are all great choices, Selene. What are some of your hot destinations outside of South Africa to travel to this summer?
The key ones that we've noticed amongst our travel community, everybody's crazy about South America at the moment. Brazil, obviously, with the upcoming Soccer World Cup next year, they're definitely looking forward to that. Also Southeast Asia, people asked what are the alternatives to Thailand. Well, what we've noticed is Vietnam, Cambodia, Angkor Wat obviously being the popular tourist attraction. Those are really growing in popularity, and also South Korea is a big one for folks heading, looking for something alternative from the regular tourist hotspots.
That's really great. And Jen, I know you're going to the US this summer, but what are your absolutely hot spots to see this summer outside of South Africa?
I think Thailand for sure. It is actually the #1 travel destination for South Africans abroad because it's just got incredible scenery, the people, and incredible value for money as well. China is really an exciting place to check out, and there are some direct flights now available to China. People are getting in on the Beijing bandwagon, especially going to the Great Wall of China, I think made most popular by Justin Bieber recently when he was. But also just, it's an incredibly, just so rich of history and culture, and it is mind-blowing. So I would say China is also another big hotspot to check out.
I know Avios recently surveyed 1,000 travelers, and 76% said that they will opt to stay in South Africa. Jen, why do you think this is?
Well, first of all, we have the most beautiful countryside, natural beauty, food and wine, great value for money here, and you don't have to worry about currency exchange. With the rent, being fairly weak at the moment, it is a lot more difficult for South Africans to go overseas and travel there. And you know what? They're really realizing that there's so much to discover in their own country, which I think is fantastic. So this year, look at the hotspots. Cape Town is going to be absolutely packed. You know, all the places. Durban also is another place. There's, you know, places all over, Knysna and George, the Garden Route, and wherever you want to go, there's somewhere really fabulous to discover, and all the safari lodges as well. So I think it's great to see South Africans saying that they are going to stay here for the summer holidays.
And Rahul, I know you've only been here for 3 months, but your absolute favorite spot to visit in South Africa?
For me, before I even moved here, Cape Town was my favorite destination in the entire world. And now having moved here, just reaffirms that. I think for me, there's no better landscape for a city. It's got absolutely everything. You know, when you see Table Mountain on a clear day, it just, you know, I've never seen anything as a landscape like that on the coast, and just pretty much everything. Cape Town's pretty much got it all for me, so I would have to say Cape Town.